Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So for today's video, it's going to be another sit down video, guys, and this will be the part 2 of our Q&A question, like Q&A, answer and question and answer video. Anyway, so guys, it's late again. My husband's really tired. He worked all day today and actually hard work, so he probably won't be in the mood, but he's here. He's doing it for me. Ready?
I'm ready.
Anyway.
ready for bed. Let's go.
Question is from Madison God. When did you get married?
We're not married.
We're not married yet. Yet. See?
But we've been talking about it. When the time's right for both of us, it'll happen.
Yeah.
So many of you might think, well, why is the time not right now? You've got a little boy, you're living together, why not get married right away? Well, guys, I've never been married, and I don't know if I'd say I'm nervous about it, but it's just, you know, I've come this far in my life. I've never been married, and, you know, we've got different views on marriage. Some people get married for religious reasons, and let's face it, marriage is based upon religion, is it not? I mean, you know, you're making your vows in front of God. If you're Catholic, with a priest who is witnessing it and you know, marrying you, and so, you know, I'm not a religious person.
Yeah.
I just, you know, it's hard for me to believe that there's a little invisible man who lives in the sky. Right. And, you know, he has 10 things, a list of 10 things that you're not supposed to do. And if you do any of them, he's going to send you to a place where you'll burn. And there's anxiety, and there's death and pain and horror, but he loves you and he needs your money. Anyway, I'm kidding, but look, guys, I'm talking. Thank you. I'm not religious, but so there's another perspective to marriage. There's a piece of paper that says you're legally married. Well, you know, we're legally living together anyway as a couple, and in the eyes of the law it's the same thing. So I don't know, you know, what is it with marriage?
Guys, he doesn't want to marry me.
No, that's not true. I think we will end up getting married, but, you know, we're starting to get into our personal thoughts, and I don't particularly want to share, you know, too many absolute deep personal feelings. So yeah. But I think this too, statistically 4 out of 5 marriages fail, right?
Yeah, but
so
you're only looking at marriage, you're not looking at relationship.
Let me say it. 4 out of 5 marriages fail. Statistically, it's not too good, so why would you take the risk? You know, if you're going to go skydiving, and the parachute instructor tells you 4 out of 5 parachutes don't open, would you still jump? Anyway, I'm kidding. So we're not married yet. I think it will happen in the future. And not too far away. Well, we've been talking about it, but right now, you know, life's too busy at the moment. Life's too busy, but we'll get to it.
No, I don't think it will, guys. So.
Okay, there you go.
Who knows? Second question is from Jerick. Is your son knows how to speak or understand Tagalog? Or are you teaching him to speak in Tagalog? Just curious.
That's a good question. That's a good question. And it's an important one. And well, you can answer this one.
Yeah, well, actually, I'm not really teaching him Tagalog because I'm Bisaya, guys. So, you know, I'm sort of talking to him in Bisaya sometimes, but I think he understands the difference. So when I start speaking to him in Bisaya, he doesn't listen. So that's the trouble. But I think I will really teach him how to do it so that he will be able to speak and talk to my family and understand my language and stuff. So when he's probably 4 or 5 years old, when he can speak better English, and he would probably, like, he can understand better, so I think that's when I'll start really teaching him properly. But for now, bits and pieces. Don't move that hand.
Sorry. Yeah, I think it's important that he learns it. I mean, you know, he's half Filipino, half Australian. And I think for when we go to visit the Philippines, it would be important and awesome for him to be able to speak to his grandma and to his great-grandma and to his family in the Philippines. And even the kids that he plays with, to be able to speak a little bit of Bisaya. I think it's really important. I mean, I myself think it's important for me to try and learn some too, just out of respect, to be able to speak to her family over there in their own language.
Yeah, which is, you know, some.
I know a few words,
bits and pieces, but not really straight.
I need to learn more. It's just, you know, too much going on. Life's too busy at the moment. But I, you know, probably need to write down 5 or 6 words and learn 5 or 6 words a day, and then. But you know, it's one thing learning the words, but the other thing that's difficult is the grammar. Being able to put the words together in correct grammar. Otherwise you sound like, you know, I'm 62 years old. I might sound like a 5-year-old kid.
Yeah, I think Bisaya language is too hard to learn because there are things that we say, the words are the same meaning, but we say it differently, and I don't know, it's just hard. It's hard to learn. The question is from INK Villaflor. After a breakup, would you rather be alone or be surrounded by friends?
Alone.
Alone? Why?
Because I don't want to talk to anybody. I'm deep within my own thoughts, trying to figure out why I'm single now, why we separated. You know, was it a good decision? Should I be doing something to rectify it? Should I go for a ride along with the decision and just leave it? You know, I always say, when you have a problem, especially an emotional problem, you know, I say, and this is my expression that I made up, you know, well, time heals everything. But at the time is your worst enemy, because time seems to stand still when you have a problem. Yeah. But rest assured, time heals everything. So I would rather be alone for a period of time, you know, just to sort my own feelings out. That's me.
I think, yeah, I'm the same. I'd rather be alone. I never like to talk to anyone when I'm in the situation. You know, I'd like to be alone. And yeah, I'd rather be alone and maybe talk to my friends when everything's settled down. But when, you know, when it's there, I'd rather be alone. Same thing.
Thanks for the question.
Anyways, from Wonder Pinay. What's the most difficult part of being in an interracial relationship? So what is the most difficult part?
I have no difficulty at all. For me, there is no difficulty. The only thing, if anything, I could say is that if you're in an interracial relationship, obviously you come from different countries, and therefore wherever you are living, one of you is away from your family. And I think that's probably the hardest thing.
Yeah, and I think learning about don't kick that butt. I told you don't.
She just kicked me in the leg.
Guys, you keep kicking where the camera is. And the camera is about to fall off.
Answer the question.
Anyway, so I think for me, the hardest is knowing or learning their, what do you call it, Han? Culture, and like the way they joke, guys, because again, as we've told you from our previous Q&A video, you know, we had a few fights about it, because he was actually joking, but I took it seriously, and you know,
see that's it. You know, Jezz takes everything literally. Whatever I say, she takes it literally, totally literally. When I could be joking, and probably only another Australian would understand my humour, whether I'm being sarcastic in a jovial way or whether we're being serious. You know, it sort of depends. I mean, it depends on what's going on, depends on the context.
I think it depends on the mood as well.
Yeah,
Depends
so,
on your mood.
but she doesn't get it. She doesn't get
Yeah.
how, you know, how we are sometimes. So, yeah, just exactly what she said. Learning the cultural differences. Because sometimes it can be fun and sometimes it can be disastrous.
Yeah.
But I think the hardest is living away from your family because,
Yeah, that's
you know,
number
she
one.
loves her family and I love my family, and wherever we are, we're going to be, you know, away from family. So that's probably the hardest.
Yeah, it's sad for my part because I'm the one being away from my family. Especially for them, you know, they've got their own little grandson and my son is growing without them, you know? Like, not very close to them. So that's like one of the number one saddest part of...
But there's exciting times too because they're coming to visit
Yeah, hopefully.
once this is all over.
Question
Anyway.
number 6 is from Jonalyn Arjona. Hi, Beshi. How do you fight and how often?
How do you fight?
What helps you to love the other person when you are mad at them?
This is how we fight, like this.
Guys, when we fight, give him a try.
Ah.
Like, you know how jiu-jitsu? He taught me some few jiu-jitsu chokes and my god, I can knock him out in a second if I will really do it to him.
She's tiny. She weighs 40 kilos and I'm 115 kilos. And 113 kilos now.
113.
And she can knock me out, man, with chokes I've taught her. Maybe I shouldn't have taught her.
But, yeah, in reality...
So how do we fight? I don't know. Well, someone gets pissed off over something.
And it's always me. He gets pissed off at something.
It's usually this one. And I try and keep her calm. But at the moment, she has trouble dealing with emotional problems. And so she builds up and gets upset, gets emotional. I do my best to deal with it. Sometimes I've got to walk away, but she doesn't want me to walk away. She wants me to give her a hug, but when I do, she doesn't want me there. And it's like, you know...
What am I going to do?
Nobody enjoys fighting, right? Nobody
Yeah.
likes fighting. It's best to avoid it in the first place. Talk. Talk, keep it calm, keep it quiet. I think the winner of any argument is the one who can keep calm and keep quiet and keep things in perspective.
Yeah.
Yelling and screaming gets nowhere because it elevates the whole situation. So I think everyone, you know, anyone who's fighting needs to try and, you know, just keep it calm. It's like me if I get into a situation in the street where I don't know, someone, I cut someone off in the car and they want to fight or whatever, you know, talking is the best way to win a fight. Whether it's a physical fight or a verbal fight, talking calm, showing the other person that you're not a threat to them, you're trying to help them and understand the problem is probably the best way. So, you know, we fight sometimes, not very often. We get over it because here we're still together and we're working on
Few things.
minimizing the fights, which there's not many anyway, but we're also working on dealing with it in a better and a more calm way. So yeah, I think calmness is the way to do it. And
Yeah,
talk.
when there wasn't any like there's no fights that we're yelling at each other. Never. There's no physical fight. Like, you know, we never hit each other. Well, I've actually kicked him once.
You haven't thrown the blender at me though, or the toaster.
But I kicked him once, but it actually hurt me, not him. And he said I was waiting for this slap on the face, but I didn't. Anyway, so yeah, and I think it makes me love him more when I'm mad is when I'm in that mood and he is really calm, like what he was saying, and he talks positive to me and make me think of the positive side and not the negative side, that there's a lot more positive going on in our life right now compared to the negative one. So focus on the positive. Like, I just love how he talks to me like that. He's very positive when I'm down, and I'm positive when he's down. Anyway, so yeah, I think I appreciate everything that you've done, huh?
Thank you, my love. So when she's angry and when she's mad and I just tell her calmly. I say, look, you're wrong. You know you're wrong. You know it's all your fault. I'm the one that's right. Always. You see, calm like that. And that's the way to do it. No, I'm kidding. There's always fault on both sides.
Yeah.
Next question.
From Chilai Vlog. Anong edad nyo when you get married with your husband? So how old are you when you get married? Well, guys, as what we've answered from the previous question.
Yeah, we've answered that.
We've never been married, and
We've answered that.
we were about to, so
Oh.
you'll find out.
Oh, you're still going to marry me now. Okay.
Not anymore.
Next question.
Okay, Number 8 from Mr. Blank Gamer. Hello there. Here's my question. What kind of relationship boundaries you had to protect your relationship? What does it mean?
No boundaries. We haven't set boundaries. We just both know what's right and wrong in a relationship. So there's no boundaries. Boundaries like I don't say to you, you can't go here and you can't go there.
Oh, okay.
And I don't say to you, you can't visit your friends without me. Or, you know, make sure my dinner's on the table at 4 o'clock every day. No, there's no boundaries. We just live our life as we want.
What we want.
We're both smart enough to know what it takes to protect our relationship, and we don't step outside those boundaries.
Yeah.
You know, I think the biggest threat these days to relationships is social media. You know, if I came home and found her chatting to guys online, that's relationship ending for me.
Yeah, of course.
I would say, well, if you need that, you don't need me.
Yeah.
Bye-bye. You know, and I think she knows that, and I certainly would never do that.
Yeah.
I mean, that's how we met each other. So that was the end of it. That was what we did to meet each other.
And that's it. We found each other.
And here we are. So we don't need it anymore. We don't need that anymore. We don't need to chat to other people. We've got our friends here and so on. If we had a mutual friend and we were chatting to them, well, that's a bit different. But we've, you know, in terms of strangers, for instance, with her videos and things, if someone messaged her and she messaged back, and then they exchanged private email addresses and started chatting, and
yeah, that'll be different. That would be different.
But it's not a boundary we set. We just know that that's the case.
Yeah.
So I think you have to be smart enough to know what the boundaries are without setting anything in place. Yeah. You know, I encourage her to go out. She's got a car. I say, visit your friends. Have your girlfriends come over here and have a big Filipino cook up in the kitchen, and you know, maybe after work the husbands can come over and we can all have a barbecue, and you know, that's really being social and being friendly, and we're all friends. We're all in it together. Yeah, we don't have to do anything separate.
Yeah. So there's no boundaries.
Yeah.
And yeah, we're pretty honest with each other. Like, if I see him, you know what, guys, I often told him to just never shave for a week when you go to work, so that there's no girls who look at you.
Oh, come on, I'm too old. Who's going to look at me anyway, you know?
I was like,
an ugly old man here, so she doesn't have to worry. I got a head for an insurance policy, you know. She's she's safe. Guys, I'm the one that's got to worry. She's beautiful and young. I'm the one who should be walking around with a shotgun.
And you know what, guys? When we go to the shops, I often hold his hand, and I was like, I'll be looking at the people, and I was like, he's mine. Don't you dare look at him.
Oh, God.
Because there are girls sometimes that I can find looking at him. I was like,
rubbish.
Sorry, he's mine.
That's not true at all. Nobody looks at me anymore.
Jezz has never been jealous before.
When I was a young fella, it was different.
Yeah, it was
but
different.
Now.
Question number 9 from Simply David and Jen. Hi, Ate Jen. This is Ate Jen. You know David and Jen. So to Jezz, what did you learn from Pira? What did you learn with Pira that you never experienced with anyone? And about Pira, give one special thing you do for Jezz to make her proud and special. Stay happy together, guys. To Jezz, what did you learn with Pira? I think I've learned a lot of things from him, obviously, because he's got more experience in life. So he taught me a lot of things. I can't mention everything, but in general, just everything, like about life, about not even just life, about general knowledge, computer works, just everything. He taught me everything because he's smart, he's clever. And yeah, just everything, guys, everything. He told me everything because I came here, you know, like I was a student when I was in the Philippines, and all of a sudden I became a wife, I became a mom, and you know, just told me everything. I can't name anything in particular.
Big change in life.
Yeah, I can't name anything in particular, but all I can say is everything, guys, and I'm very, very thankful for that.
The biggest thing I'm trying to teach you is not to worry about what other people think and say. You know, if you're happy within yourself and you know you're living life the right way, that's all that matters. If we're happy, who cares what other people say and think? She takes it to heart and is affected by it a little bit sometimes, but she's dealing with that a lot better now.
Yeah.
So, you know, people can say whatever they want to me. I don't care. I live my life and do what I believe's right. And that's it.
Okay, so the other question is, Peter, give one special thing you do for Jezz to make her proud and special. What have you done to me that made me proud?
Well, you know, okay, because of the age gap, 62, 22, big age gap, 40 years, it would be easy for me to say to myself, you know, I've been through life, I've done this, I've done that, I'm the smart one, I know everything, she doesn't know anything, she's just young and dumb and immature. I could easily think like that, but I don't. I show her a lot of respect because I listen to her, I listen to her reasoning, I listen to her ideas, I learn from her, we learn from each other, but I learn from her, and so I try to show her that respect. That's what I do. I try to do that as my what was the question? What do I do for to
make me feel special?
That is what I do for her, to try and make her feel special and proud. I don't believe that I know everything and I'm the mature one. You know, I might have experienced more things than she has, but I still learn from her. So I give her that respect, and I appreciate her input into my life, and that's what I do for her.
Yeah. So good answer, huh? I didn't expect that answer from him. And from your Bob's diary, how do you manage your finances? Do you still support financially to your family in the Philippines? Oh, cover deck.
So let me just say, guys, how we manage our finances is personal.
Yeah.
It's personal. So I really don't. I would really appreciate it if we don't get into that.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't even, you know,
and
comfortable to share it how we.
You know, in terms of supporting family. Sorry, mate. You okay? In terms of supporting family back home, you know, we do. I think it's a bad thing to send money every month, because families then rely upon that. They rely upon it. And if someday that has to stop because we can't afford it or whatever, that means that the family overseas would then struggle because their monthly income is cut off. We would rather, you know, every now and then just surprise them and send some money and help them. And there's been times when the families needed financial assistance, and we've given it. You know, we have intentions in the future of, you know, maybe building a house over there, and doing a few different things. But you know, we help where we can.
What made you fall in love with each other? So what? So
it's the things we had in common. We had a common direction. We both wanted a child. You know, I saw great benefits in having an age gap relationship. You know, I guess for me, I've got a beautiful young wife who shows a lot of affection and cares for me. For Jezz, I mean, she can answer it, but I'm sure she can see in me someone who doesn't get drunk and doesn't abuse her, and really the highlight of my everyday is to come home to my family. You know, I'm just a family man. I work for my family, I live for my family. for my kids, for Jezz. That's all I do, and I'm assuming that she likes that about me, but she can answer that. So I love her because she shows that she cares for me and she's affectionate. She looks after me. She keeps the house clean. She's bringing up Jakey into a beautiful little boy while I'm at work. And I can help out when I get home. But we see all those things. And obviously we didn't know that about each other before we lived together, before Jezz came to Australia. But even still, I could see that she wasn't the sort of girl that has been living in nightclubs since 15 years old and going out. I've
never even seen what nightclub is.
Going out with hundreds of guys and all that sort of stuff, and before me, and she was just a
province girl,
a good living girl from the province with a good family, a beautiful family, and I love that about her. Yeah. So there you go.
So to me, what made me fall in love with him was how caring he was, he is, and how down to earth he was. Because when we first met, he lived with us while he was, staying over there. So he wasn't whinging about the food. He just enjoyed it. It's obviously our life in the Philippines is so different to Western countries, but he accepted. He's very down to earth, guys. He is seriously down to earth.
Well, I think what she means is when I was in the Philippines, I don't like to walk around with my beautiful watch on and pull my phone out every 2 minutes and have jewelry and
big cameras taking photos.
I just like to live like one of them. I like to eat like them. I like to go to the toilet like them with no toilet paper. I like to live like them. I like to be humble like them. And if I'm walking down the street, I'll just stop and talk to people and sit down with them. And they all tried to get me to drink alcohol. All the guys are sitting outside drinking their rice wine. But, I didn't want to do that. But I was happy to have a chat to people and, just show them respect. Try and speak a few words in their language. They love that. And, if I saw an old lady sweeping up outside her house or trying to pick things up, I'd stop and help her. I'd say, no, let me do that for you. I'm happy to help you. So that's how I am. I like to be like that when I'm over there. I like to be just like one of them and show everybody the greatest respect. I'm in their town. I'm in their place. And people were friendly to me and welcomed me. And, that's how I like to be.
Yeah, and my family said to me straight away that this guy is just, very down to earth. Like, I can say down to earth, but he's just, like, he's not fussy on anything. So obviously my family's perception about him matters to me as well, but they just think he is good. So that's the first thing that made me fall in love with him, because he eats anything. Not chicken feet though.
No chicken feet.
No balot.
No balot.
No chicken intestine or anything like that.
Oy,
but
no.
Anyway, so that's it. What do you think is the most challenging part of your relationship and why? So this is the last question, I think.
Last question.
Oh no, there's another one. Last one.
What's the most challenging part of our relationship?
No, there's actually 2 left.
To me, there's nothing challenging. Every day is fantastic. Every day is just great. I think the most challenging part at the moment is
dealing with my problems, I think.
Well, I want to see Jezz get employment, get some qualifications, do some online study, and when I'm out and about driving around at work, it's a change of environment for me. I'm not stuck in the house all day, but Jezz is here with little Jake, and I know that's in our relationship. That's her role at the moment, but
it will change.
But for me, it worries me because I feel like she's kind of stuck here. Although she's got a car, she's got her license, she's a good little driver, she can go and visit her friends. At the moment, with the current virus lockdown, we can't do that. But once it's all over, I'm sure we'll be out and about again. But yeah, I'd like to see her have a little bit more satisfaction with her life, because she'll feel a lot more fulfilled within herself and more useful, I guess. I don't feel that way, but I think she will within herself. If she's working and earning some money and contributing, and you know, she can send some money home to her family, and she'll feel a little more independent. So it's not challenging in terms of our relationship. It's just something that I think would help our relationship, because I think she would be happier with that.
Yeah, for me, I think the most challenging part is getting over my problems. Yeah, you guys don't have any idea how bad it is. But you know, you can see a little bubbly, you can see a little girl so bubbly and happy, and you know, but deep inside, no. So I hope I can and I will get over it soon, so that, you know, life will be more happier.
You will.
I will.
The biggest thing that will help you with anything is realizing that you don't need to be concerned about what other people say or think. Because they don't know you, they don't know us. You know, you need to be happy within yourself, that you need to know that what you do is good and right, and you need to feel comfortable with, you know, the way you wake up in the morning and you do what you do for the day, and you did it because you feel that's the right thing to do. And if that's how you feel, then it is the right thing to do. If it wasn't, we'd talk about it.
Yeah.
So, you know, you don't need to worry about what other people think or say.
What would make you feel closer as a couple? What would you make?
I always have to think about her questions.
Make you feel closer as a couple? What do you mean? Oh, about Beshi's question.
I have to think about the...
She's got a good question. So what would make you feel closer as a couple? I don't know how to answer that. I don't know.
I think time. Again, time. As time goes on, you know, my love grows more and more for her. So, you know, for Jezz, I think time. Time is what would make me feel closer to you.
Yeah. I don't know how to answer it. I got no idea.
Well, it's a difficult question to answer. But I think time. I think as time goes by, I will grow closer to you.
Closer as now?
Yeah, because soon you'll have to help me out of my wheelchair, and you know, you'll have to spoon feed me.
So
we'll
be close to each other then from then together. Anyway, I don't know how to answer it. But for
me, it's just time. As time goes on, I know from experience the last 4 years, as time has gone on, I've grown closer to her. And I think that will continue.
Yeah, and I think that's all for today. So that's all the questions, guys. I hope we satisfy you with our answers. And guys, I hope you enjoy, you know, getting to know us. And if you've got more questions about us, about anything, about a relationship and everything, please feel free to put a comment below, and we'll answer it as soon as we can. So, Han, thank you for helping me out.
No worries.
So guys,
I hate being on video, so it's the last time for me. She can answer it next time. Or I'll answer them from the other side of the camera. You'll hear my voice.
As if. Anyway guys, thank you for watching.
She's much better to look at than me, so yeah, I won't be in the camera.
Thank you for watching, guys. I hope you enjoy watching our videos, our family vlogs and stuff. So we'll see you again soon. Thank you. Bye.